Round 2 in the season series between the Burlington Chiefs and the Brampton Excelsiors takes us to the Brampton Memorial Arena, and right away underway as the Chiefs in their red jerseys going right to left away from Jesse Legault control the face-off, and it will be Callum Jones picking it up in the corner. I am Matthew Kerrigan for the JVI Sports Network and our season-long coverage of the Ontario Lacrosse Association's Junior A Loop. First possession here for J.J. Jensen getting the start for the Brampton Excelsiors, their home whites. A sidearm shot skips past the net. Available on our YouTube channel, leg 1 in this season series, as a bounce pass will go up for Tyler Gibson, which Burlington won on that occasion out at Central Arena in Burlington, but it ended quite feisty. There were a lot of words exchanged afterwards, a lot of numbers taken, and we're expecting this to be a war from start to finish, especially the way the standings look coming into this. Top to bottom, there's really not much to separate anybody, as Whitby and Toronto now find themselves up near the top. Going to the net, falling there was Chris Boucher. He returns to his familiar number 9, as we briefly saw him wear number 12 the other night. And as Parker is going to push this into the corner. That was Campbell Parker, pardon me. Travis Burton getting there first. He'll roll it all the way up top for Clark Pedersen. No Seth Van Scheppen tonight, or Matt Vince. We didn't see Matt Vince the other night in Orangeville either, as Teat gets his first touch in the corner. Devin Maya running a, struggle to say, interference there in front of the door as Maya went to the bench, as it starts to heat up already. Patrick Kashalk comes to the near side now for Patrick Shea. Shea falls, but still gets it down into the corner for Ryan Lanchbury. And looks like Burlington is going to draw first blood here. 2 minutes and 10 seconds into the opening period. No Justin Anasio for the second straight game that we've seen Burlington. We understand he was in the States on school assignment. Did start the season the huge face-off presence for this Burlington squad. You know, they'll be itching to get him back in the lineup. Here's Boucher dancing towards the defensive set, and Brampton will slow things up as Adam Weideman carries it down the far side. Weideman fakes the pass, goes in himself, and Legault has that one bounce off his shoulder. Pick there set by, looked like Jason Walker, ended up running the Burlington player into his own man, and it turned into a big hit, taking Kyle Vince out of the play, but Brampton gets it back. This is Vince on the far side. Teat with it now. 10 on the shot clock as it's touched up here by Campbell Parker. Far side for Vince again for the captain, Teat. He's going to skip one just past Legault. Teat may get a second opportunity, but it's stolen by Kashalk, and he'll send Burlington the other way. Save made by Jensen. He's going to roll into the corner. Real brief offensive possessions here for Burlington so far. Brampton is a team that likes to set things up a little bit more. Burlington, a team that likes to run a bit, so two styles clashing here. One of the best games we've seen all year, though, was in Burlington, as James Whiteford sends a sidearm shot past Legault. Not sure that he saw this entirely, as Joel Furman and Neil McDonald are the two officials, worth noting. An entirely different officiating crew than called the first game. Read into that what you will. As falling there is Jacob Saunders, or pardon me, Luke Van Scheppen for Brampton, number 10. Over top of the ball. Done a few games now from Central Arena in Burlington. So these red, almost Chicago Blackhawks-esque jerseys look a bit odd on this Burlington team. Callum Jones ate a high stick there. Came up holding his neck, and the chin cup is still up over his mouth, but that went unnoticed. Julian Gay returned to the lineup earlier this week as he runs after that loose ball for Burlington. He's going to get another opportunity, though, as it skipped away from Mackenzie Burke on the far side. Burke back in there, as is Andrew Borgatti, one of the 3 featured players on the back of the roster insert tonight. Here's Teat over to the far half boards. Tyson Gibson on his way to the net. Travis Burton got in a scrap earlier this week when we were up in Orangeville, and I mistakenly identified him as Tyson Gibson, so apologies there. Burton with the decisive reach advantage as Jensen hangs on to a bouncing ball that comes near the crease. A tie up here between Robinson and Boyce Amaya, wearing number 13 tonight. 3 additions to this Burlington Chiefs roster. Always seem to have something to get the pen working for Dan McRae and his boys. As number 3 will be Ben Heidecker, number 15, AJ Skirving. Now let me tell you something, that young man's brought a pretty decent flow here to Junior A. Burlington getting a penalty here, and it looks like it's going to be a rough. And we're tied 1-1 here, and Brampton will go to the power play. Into the corner, Whitford, Teat. Keeping it high, here's Gibson. Gibson's going to get the shot. Legault able to make the save. Whitford running in for the rebound, actually overran it. That's going to cause the odd man rush the other way. Reminiscent of the Whitford goal. Patrick Walsh picks up the rebound, runs down the floor, and the short-handed marker. And he overruns the rebound. That opens it up for Walsh, and he's going to get it past J.J. Jensen. Make it 2-1 now. 2 teams that are quite evenly matched in the Junior A standings, but when you look at the entire league, who isn't this season? We've seen some pretty intense games and some interesting scores that you may not expect, but it's going to go all the way down to the wire, and the season will culminate right here at the Brampton Memorial Arena on the carpet with the Minto Cup coming your way in August. Up top, Whiteford. Round his back to Clark Pedersen. Shot with a bit of a twist on the end there as it hits off the left shoulder of Legault into the corner. Gibson, Pedersen into the corner. Back up top. Teat, Gibson, Pedersen again. They work it down into the near corner this time. Campbell Parker can't hang on. And an errant pass. Posturing up there was Austin Hazen. And Callum Jones takes him down and takes 3 extra whacks for his efforts. As the penalty time is down to 30 seconds here for Brampton. About 2 extra seconds on the power play than there is on their shot clock. So at the whistle, keep your eyes down floor. But we will get a reset here, and that'll take that out of the equation as there's 5 left now. Gibson with a quick peek, rather, for the penalty box. As Clark Pedersen. Legault went down, and it doesn't look like that's going to be a power play goal, but. And there's 12 minutes left to go. Posturing over the top is Stephen Lee now for Burlington. Looks like the drawmen are going to get a steady dose of Kyle Vince at the dot here tonight. As there's a big collision over on the far side. Luke Van Scheppen is going to be able to come away with it. Van Scheppen will flip for Gibson. And Gibson returns for Teat into the corner. Whiteford. Back far side, Pedersen, top of the fan now for Teat. Rips a shot off the arm of Legault and up out of play. Right to the crease, now they go for Whiteford. And another one that Legault was down, but it was just shot into his leg. Whiteford picks up the pieces now and clears out of the crease. Going to come up top close to some of the advertising. On the carpet is Hazen. And Pedersen will keep it way high now. Teat all the way out to the wall. Quickly to the far side. Too hot to handle for Gibson as it pounds off the boards. 6 in the shot clock. It'll be picked up by Burlington though. And Julian Gay will slow things down. Now picks it up as Boucher was with him. Cutter coming in off the bench. Jason Knox going straight to the cage. He's put his head down full stride now as he goes after Pedersen, who had passed off into the corner. Teat is going to set a pick and takes that one off the back of the helmet from Campbell Parker. As Whiteford now passing. Teat looking to go around the back. And it was wide off the boards. Boy, that would have been beautiful. Chiefs in transition now. Kyle Kolwich. Into the fray, Boyce Maya. Shot coming through. Boucher looking for the rebound, and it's not going to arrive. It was played here by Travis Burton. Past the halfway mark of the first period. Tied at 2. So far back and forth. Whiteford for Teat now. The cutter is Pedersen, and it looks like he's going to step in the crease before that shot. Swinging, looking for the stick, and then looking skyward was Pedersen. He'll go off either a slash or a high stick here. For those of you still in winter rules, a high stick is not a 5-minute major. You can take a 2-minute high sticking call. Doesn't have to be a slash. This is pushed into the corner. Here's Andrew Q wearing number 20 tonight. You've seen him in 21 in all of our previous broadcasts. And Joel Furman will call it a slash anyways. Here in OLA Jr. So Knox will take top spot. He's got Lanchbury and Boucher, the righties, in working into the corner. Q up top. Knox takes it himself. And the save, rebound, jumps right back to, I believe that's Weideman. Boucher comes down and almost leading with the head there for Weideman from Chris Boucher. Be picked out of the corner by Burlington. That was an interesting check, if you will. Dangerous play for the check thrower than it would be for the recipient, I would think. Q now with top spot with 1:10 left in the power play. Threading the needle here to Boucher in the corner. I believe that was meant for Q as Legault's going to come out of the net. Shot clock's going to expire before he can get there. I was wondering why Gibson wasn't taken off after that, but that's good heads-up awareness by Tyson Gibson. Gibson's going to lose the ball here, turn around and whack the man streaking away, which is Stephen Lee. His shot goes just wide. Devin Maya up to take an offensive shift here. That's a big body. He's going to go up top. He signals for the slowdown so he can get off the floor. Taking his spot, Kaschalk and Q, as well as Knox. Top power play line here for Burlington. Knox up top, looking corner. Wow, Lanchbury. That just skims the shoulder of Jensen, close the hole just in time. Knox up top. He'll set a pick for Q. Q shoots around his man, takes a little bit off it, and maybe using Robinson as a bit of a screen there. That'll come on the power play with face-off quickly taken by Ben Heidecker. And this may be the first one that Burlington wins here tonight. This is just off to the left of our broadcast position. Bit tough to see there as there's a big rugby ruck in the pile. Heidecker with a whack for his man. Bit of confusion here. Nobody's noticed that the clock has stopped in the building. The one you see on screen is us running it, but we're stuck at 7:26 right now. As they go far side for Burlington, up top for Q. Q drags the back foot a little bit. Played into the corner, Boyce Maya. Maya digging for it, still looking for it. As now the clock has started. Should be about 6 minutes left, but stopped again at 7:22. Must have been a double clutch somewhere. Here's Whiteford. Whiteford for Teat. He gets it in front. Looking there for Tyson Gibson. Teat's going to fall, and this is going to create a two-man break. Julian Gay in all alone, and that's going to get in behind J.J. Jensen. Stephen Lee interferes with Vince. Vince still has it. Brampton gonna set up. Here on the far side, here's Gibson. Legault's stepping up, take that shot away. As Pedersen will back out. Crease dive there by Pedersen. He's buried by Maya just in front of Legault. 6.5 left to go in the first period. As they work up over center, Bushi over for Jason Knox. Andrew Q taking top spot. Borgatti filled in as he was looking to come up top on Q. Lanchbury dancing around, him and Bushi in the same corner. Bushi now hard on his man. This is going to drop in front of Justin Robinson. As Robinson comes up on Knox. Quick change here on the bench as Pedersen goes to Teat quickly. Down to the crease, wheeling around, and top corner there for Campbell Parker. He's been trying that move a couple times here tonight. And finally gets it to go. Back to the face-off dot. Kyle Vince wins it cleanly now. Showing 4-3 in-house. I believe that recent goal will make it 4-4 as this a lot of issues. We're trying to sync up our clock with the one in-house now. Trying this for, it isn't the first time, but first time this season. And of course it's the evening where it's not going right in-house, but there it is for you. 4-4. We're closing in on the last 5 minutes of play in period number 1. To the far side, Pedersen, Gibson pushing it there for him. Hazen got drilled as he was cutting through the middle. Here's Teat, passes a couple Brampton players before going to Hazen. This one's going to take a funny hop off the base of the boards. Thought it was going to go into the Burlington bench actually, as Stephen Lee gets there first. Teat is stuck up on defense here, playing against Devin Maya. And Maya again, just enough of a rub that Teat knew he was there, and Teat responded with a whack. Neither of those are going to be called, but keep your eye on number 2 in red and number 51 white as this one works its way through here tonight. Q giving chase now as Justin Robinson brings it up over center. To the far side, Campbell Parker. Here's Teat trailing the play. Pedersen. Whiteford up top. Him and Callum Jones collide. Now Campbell Parker in hard on Jones. Whiteford, oh man, this is a battle between Whiteford and Jones. And Jones is going to end up with the penalty as he went straight through the back. And they'll call it interference between him and Whiteford. One of the catalysts in leg number one, as he always is, was Callum Jones. Nothing really over the line, just the hard-nosed play that you can expect from number 11 from Burlington. Here's Teat for Whiteford. Eventually into the corner for Pedersen. It's a rough week for Teat. He's being worked over tonight by Devin Maya, and they put him through the paces and through the ringer. As Legault now coming out. Everybody wants this. A big tie up in the corner. Two guys go down. Legault recovers in time to make the save. Rebound played off the glass by Patrick Walsh. He gets to center but no further. And is this on the 10 count of Burlington? No, as it's picked up by Campbell Parker. Straight down, and that one shot into the face mask. I think that's Jones again. As here's Pedersen and Gibson up top. The other high man is Teat. They will get it low now. That's Campbell Parker in the corner. Back up top, Gibson taking the shot. Doesn't hit anybody, or maybe did it hit Legault before going out of play. From here it looked clean, but the officials are a lot closer, and they award it back to Brampton. 35 left in their power play. 2.5 left in the period. All tied at fours. Here's Teat ringing one off the face mask. Joel Furman's going to check on Legault here. Burlington asking if they want to change here on the bench, and everyone will stay in their positions. Teat for Gibson, for Pedersen. Now Austin Hazen with it. Final 10 in the power play. As Teat has it. Over there for Gibson, he had to double clutch a little bit, and that allows the double team to keep him at bay. 5 on the shot clock. We're back to 5-on-5. Wild shot there from Parker, and this one's going to head all the way down the floor. And immediately Lanchbury gets worked over by Jake Boudreau. Up top, Boucher. And there's a Brampton player on the floor, and it is Travis Burton getting up slowly. Closing in on 1.5 minutes left in the period. Pedersen back for Teat. Whiteford and Jones tangling again. Looks like if it's not Teat, it's going to be Whiteford for Jones, but that's just going to open the lane for somebody else as Clark Pedersen gets his second of the night. YouTube.com/jvisportsnetwork. Be sure to go there and subscribe to the channel. You'll be notified season long as our tape delay games are posted, as well as anytime we go live throughout the season. As we're beginning to look forward to some of our live schedule. Follow us on Twitter at JVI Video for announcements of when those games will take place. Here's Teat. Teat looking into the corner for Parker. Back up top, Pedersen has it now. The assistant captain shoots it off the shoulder of Legault. See if Burlington tries to push the floor here. Play a little 2-for-1 over top of Pedersen. As it's down the far side, Nathan Emery back here for Lanchbury. 39 on the clock. They're calling for the shot as Q gets pushed outside. 34, Q dropped down and gets it from his backside. 31.3 left in the period as he restarts it. Here for Theo Dole. Dole did play the other night in Orangeville, was listed on the game sheet as Theo Dock. It's what we went with for the duration of the evening, so our apologies there. Teat is the extra attacker here with 4 seconds. Off the shoulder of Legault, off the glass, and Pedersen has the first period hat trick. And now the juniors get the buzzer beater here in period 1. They lead by 2, 6-4 over Burlington so far. The physical activity has not really been there as much as we expected, but there's still 2 periods left to go. Burlington Chiefs, Brampton Excelsiors, OLA Jr A action on the JVI Sports Network. And we get set for period number 2. 3 goals in that first period for Clark Pedersen. Part of the reason why Brampton is up 6-4. A 5-point evening already for Jeff Teat for the Brampton Excelsiors. And leading the way for Burlington, 2 points only for Ryan Lanchbury so far. Burlington getting the first possession. Q sending it to the spot where Knox was. And that one's going to just float wide. They'll discuss that as they head to the bench. Back to the far side for Teat. This is JVI Sports Network. Season-long coverage of the Ontario Lacrosse Association's Junior A Loop. As Burlington in this period works left to right on your screen and right to left for Brampton. Going down hard, we could hear the rug burn up here as Stephen Lee went down, still looking for a call. Again, Burlington, a team that plays on the cement surface as they set up far side. This is Lanchbury. Shot Jensen had to go low to make that save. Rebound went sky high as now Andrew Borgatti plays this to the far side. Big pick set there by Theo Dole. Thought it may have been moving, but the officials allow that one to go. Teat takes a big whack up top as the ball is over here for Vince. Whiteford, his shot gets through, and Gibson had a foot in the crease. Pardon me, that may have been Jake Boudreau. As another quick shot, this one saved by Jensen again. Even some of the Brampton players, when we interviewed Jeff Teat, said that this carpet took a little bit of getting used to for them. They do play on carpet, different arenas they find their way to in this circuit, including the ILA. Oh, that's a bit of a late call there as these picks are starting to get more and more aggressive as Chris Bouchy stands over the ball carrier. Neil McDonald between them, and it gets restarted without incident. Campbell out of the corner, found the cutter, but Legault was able to find the shot. As now Patrick Shea gives to Q, and then run over is Mitch Wales, and that'll be a 4-minute checking from behind double minor. Brampton leading by 2. Bouchy in the corner. Lanchbury, Knox in Q. Only one not to touch it so far is Kashalk in the corner. That one high from Q off the backboards. Boudreau having trouble getting it, as is Kashalk. Briefly in the stick of Weideman before it was knocked out by Knox. Sees up top a sidearm shot there. Oh, jumping it out there is Weideman. He's trying to make his way to the bench slowly. This is going to be a 5-on-3 briefly, but quickly back into the fray is Theo Dole. Brampton's bench arguing that the shot clock went there. That shouldn't have been a reset. But now Burlington's shot clock down to 15 as Q has it up top. To the far side, Lanchbury into the corner. Kashalk gets there first. As this one's played off the boards, and Connor McClelland will pick it up and head down the floor. Pushing to Dole now. Dole with it, had a cutter. Pedersen was on the crease before it was tipped there by Patrick Walsh. In the corner, here's Teat behind his back. Done that a couple times so far tonight. This time finding Campbell Parker. Gibson releases. Has to peel out as the pass doesn't quite get there. In behind the net now for Jeff Teat. Shot clock turned off here as there's 2:28 left in the double minor. Pedersen colliding with Callum Jones. Near side for Gibson. A lot of room for Teat to work with. Here's Pedersen, and if he let that go quickly, it was wide open beside Legault. Here's Pedersen. In the corner, Pedersen looked like he had dropped it on that far side. His glove ended up falling off, so Pedersen has to come back and retrieve that after passing the ball. And now Patrick Walsh will recover as it went errant in the corner. Here's Walsh and Boucher. Boucher will take spot in the corner, passing back for Ryan Lanchbury. Q. Jason Knox. And it's going to be Q. His second power play goal of the game. That one had a great sound to it as it hit off the bottom of the crossbar and down and in. And finds its way into the back of the net. Ben Heidecker at the face-off dot there against Vince. This one right below us. And it's going to be Weideman who's able to pick it out. Playing there for Connor McClelland. Campbell Parker now. Parker to the corner, Pedersen. Teat cutting to the net. Breaks the double team. Oh, what a beautiful goal by Teat. That is pretty. Breaks the double team. Realizes he's not going to get the shot. There is no shot as the goaltender's there, so he goes behind his back, past Maya, and it's in behind Legault. Vince and Heidecker at the dot again. Neither of them can come up with it, so it's going to be Jake Boudreau for Brampton helping out his man. Make it 7-5 now. As that came nearly a minute, but not quite, after the Andrew Pugh power play goal. Pedersen alone in the corner, top of the fan now. Nice slide over by Heidecker. Far side for Teat. He continues working in the corner, and Gibson, shot clock goes as he was cutting through, and thought that was way late, but no disagreement from the Burlington bench as Saunders was in the area. Boyce Maya is working over his man here, and now Mackenzie Burke goes down. Borgatti taken out of the play. They call that a moving screen. So Brampton will restart in the corner. Jason Walker cutting in front of the crease. Going with him, Cashall. Looking to go hard into the boards. Robinson. Big whack there on the bench was Chris Boucher, frustrated, and Pedersen just over the shoulder of Legault. I didn't see that spot, but how about 4 on the night for Pedersen now? As Brampton now leads by 3, 8-5, and it looks like Vince is going to win the faceoff as he pushes it up for Luke Van Scheppen. Van Scheppen, one of the guys who got way heated at the end of that game in Burlington. As Callum Jones now follows his check through on Teat all the way to the outside boards. A couple whacks now as Teat regains possession. Connor McClelland now after Callum Jones. Pedersen not ready for that pass. It's going to roll back into Legault. Jones eats a slash on his way to the bench, as none of the officials call that. And too many men against Brampton, it looked like. Call from the official was 6, as if number 6 was getting a penalty, but it was just a possession call. From the far side, a hard shot from Patrick Shea as now sticks come up. And it looks like Josh Medeiros gonna head off. Burlington down by 3, 8 minutes into this second period. Q is up top. Knox cutting in front of him. Lanchbury into the corner. Oh, man, we've seen some good ones here as Lanchbury reaches into the bag of tricks. And now Burlington trailing just by 2. Here's Vince. Another change from the winter ball rule as Vince went for a bit of a run with the ball in the back of the stick. You can still do that here in summer ball. Of course, the NLL changed that to 1 step. Weideman had that in his stick, but a hit from Callum Jones knocked it free. Now Jones leading the ruck, and he goes high on Whiteford. And Jones got up hot into the face of Whiteford. I'm not sure if they're both going here. Whiteford definitely headed off. Say earlier on that he does play on the edge, but when you look at the penalty numbers of the leaders, a lot of those are game misconducts, of which he does not have yet. Only averaging about 4 penalty minutes per game. So 2 minors per game. First time he's there tonight as Bushi in on the crease meanwhile. Takes one, shoots one rather, off the face mask of Jensen. All alone in front, Gibson cuts back across the grain and gets one past Legault. Switches it back left, and he's going to put it off to the side of Legault. And that will make it 9-6. 1:34 left in 4-on-4 play. Under 11 to go in the period. Boudreau tied up here with Stephen Lee on the faceoff as Maya works all the way back. Bushi trying to get in on goal. Boudreau with it. And Bushi's chin strap was loose, so they call possession here. And it will be Weideman working in. He gives for Teat, who takes the shot. Legault with the save. And immediately down the far side, Stephen Lee. Looks like Brampton jumped early, and they'll get a too many men call as Legault comes to the bench underneath. Q waiting for them to sort out personnel. 10 on their shot clock and closing in on the halfway mark of the second period as well. Q into the corner quickly for Bushi. Bushi cuts under, takes the shot, and it's late. And will get the penalty. It will be too many men. 4-on-3 man advantage for Burlington for the next 30 seconds. Still trailing by 3 are the Chiefs, 9-6. Over the shoulder, into the corner, Lanchbury to Bushi. Back up to Q, Lanchbury again into the corner. Bushi tiptoeing the line, a number of dance moves before it goes out of play. That's Kasholk in the near corner. Bushi and Lanchbury playing catch. Now here's Q. Hard into the corner for Bushi. He wasn't ready for that. Kasholk doesn't get there as it was knocked down by Walker. Quick stick, Bushi scores. Another hard pass from Q. This time, Bushi with the stick up. Off the face-off, Boudreau all the way down, and Brampton's bench asking for a checking from behind call. Not going to come here as Devin Maya brings it over center. Boyce Maya taking it from Devin, and he'll crash in with the defense and hard into his man. Looked like it was going to be a penalty and an illegal cross check against Boyce Maya as Travis Burton went down. As Burlington's pulled within 2 thanks to a couple special teams goals here. Brampton will try and regain their advantage with a power play goal of their own. Here's Teat, or for Gibson. That one just past the net, and they can't get it back into a white stick. A pair of 23s down the far side. Campbell Parker, couple whacks in there for Stephen Lee. One of those did jar the ball free, but it's Lee who's able to corral the rebound and looking for an opening. Lee in the corner. Here comes the double team. Pedersen and Dole. Pedersen reaching for it. Callum Jones in there as well. Stick comes high from Dole. No call as Jones now chases down into the corner for Weideman. Couple whacks there from Callum Jones. Him and Pedersen playing hidden ball play. Teat had it in the back of his stick as Pedersen faked for Gibson. 50 seconds left in the power play for Brampton. Another hidden ball play there. Pedersen has it from Teat. Sidearm shot that hit a couple bodies and changed direction before going up into the screening. Teat. Pedersen, Gibson. Back for Teat again. His shot rebound controlled here by Whiteford. As Pedersen and Gibson play catch again. Briefly into the corner, up for Pedersen. Another one that clangs off the post. That one took a funny second hop. Went straight for Pedersen. Legault with the save as Gibson plays it off the wall. Extended power play possession here as they'll just hold on with penalty time ticking down. Gibson to Teat. Didn't miss the top of the crossbar by much, but it did hit off the glass. Here's Teat again to the far side, Whiteford. And Callum Jones has found Jeff Teat once again. As Whiteford spins away, Joel Furman right there, Burlington bench asking for the crease violation. And it's not there, and now Dan McRae applauds the defense as they come off with a good kill. Callum Jones with the slap on the back and the fist bump for Patrick Walsh. Time for the offense to go to work now as Q takes a wild shot as he was facing a double team. Played back by Knox. Over to the far side, Boucher cutting in, flips it back over his shoulder, too far for Patrick Shea. The race is on here and it's going to be won by Brampton. Justin Robinson. Under 6 minutes left in the second. 9-7 in favor of the Excelsiors. Oh, saw that collision coming a mile away as Parker went after the loose ball. Julian Gay heating things up as well. Luke Van Scheppen did come away with it, but it was quickly stripped by Saunders. Here's Van Scheppen again. Gay handling the loose ball as Burton goes hard to take him out of the play. Nathan Emery with it. You can feel momentum in the building shifting the way of the visiting team. Their bench starting to feel it as well as they start banging on the sticks. Shot from Boucher off a leg. Jensen recovers in time to stand in for the second shot. Dole is working over his man. I believe that's, I was going to say AJ Skirving, but it may be Cashalk there. As Q to the crease, and Mitch Wales knocked in after the fact. Jensen makes the save, and they'll hold on for the crease violation. Two players get tangled up on their way to the bench, but they do find their way to their respective benches without further incident. Callum Jones hard on Teat, slipped on the carpet, went down. Whiteford now dancing out of the corner, up top for Teat. Teat's sidearm shot does hit the shoulder of Legault. He's going to skip all the way down the carpet as we close in on the final 4 minutes of this second frame. 2-goal lead from Brampton. We knew this one was going to be good. Battle for first place earlier in the week between Burlington and Six Nations. And Brampton, definitely a better team than their record indicates so far this year. Here's Maya over for Lanchbury. A reminder to subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/JVI Sports Network. You see it there on your screen, as you'll be notified every time we post a tape delay game or go live, whether it's here in Junior A or Major Series. High shot from Lanchbury, trying to beat the shot clock. Won't do it. As now Walker's going to posture up over the ball. Jeff Teat. Hazen on in the corner now. Pedersen being worked over, and Gibson, a pick there from Whitford. Goes in on Legault as Teet's going to pick up the rolling ball. Pedersen gets out of the way. Up top for Gibson, Hazen to the middle. A lot of open space on this side for Whiteford. Teet setting a pick for his man. Whiteford off the glass, straight to Gibson though. Tyson Gibson still with it, 7 on the clock. A diving attempt there from Teet. And quickly down the floor, the last minute skip, and then it's in the stick of Q. Turns and fires quickly. How about climbing the ladder there from Knox to keep it in play? And I think we've got too many men call here against Burlington by the trail official. Brampton scores as it's Teet with Callum Jones in his face. That's his hat trick for 8 points. It is going to be Teet with the hat trick. Him and Pedersen combining for 7 goals now of the 10 that have been put up by the home side. Huge whack there to jar the ball free of the stick of Callum Jones as Boudreau after Jones. Now played here for Connor McClellan. And Hazen. Cutter is Hazen. It comes back for Gibson off of Maya. And Hazen on the crease, grabbed the rebound and scores. Getting a bit of a breather as he'll work the door here. Only a minute 45 left in the period. We'll see if that is indeed the entire night for Legault, and we'll see how Brampton responds to the change as well. You know they're going to want to get to Hebert quickly as he comes in cold. Here's T. Whiteford in front, sets the pick, and then stick tied up as he went for the roll. Ben Heidecker doing a nice job there. Hebert rolls it free of his crease as Burlington picks it up. Now a 4-goal lead. Here's Bouchy. Majeros is going to get a penalty here as he and Lanchbury were involved with an extended run for Brampton. You know Burlington would like to get one headed into the room. Here's Q. And Knox. Lanchbury on that side off the shoulder of Jensen way high, and it just comes down now. That got stuck in the rafters. Beautiful rafters here, all wooden timbers in this pretty old Memorial Arena. They don't make them like they used to. Here's Q and Lanchbury playing catch. 32 seconds, sounded like it may have ticked something, but no reset. As Q comes all the way back down. Weideman being chased by Knox. Q has the ball, 6 seconds on the clock, 15 in the period as Bouchy held his feet but couldn't quite find the ball. Played here by Jensen, and it sounds like Brampton is looking to call their first timeout. So Jensen out of the net, as is Hebert here. So as Jensen comes back in, it's going to be fired down the floor. That just looked odd. There were no goaltenders on the floor as both teams decided to pull their goaltenders with Burlington on the power play. They'll remain there for the final period. They trail right now by 4. 11-7 in favor of Brampton, and we're setting up for a fantastic final frame. Be sure to come back here on the JVI Sports Network. It is our season-long coverage of the Ontario Lacrosse Association. 11-7 Brampton here as we hit the final period. And this one does have standings implications If Brampton wins, they'll be in a tie with Burlington for what would be third place. There's a couple teams with 9 points, with a couple ties so far, as Pedersen has it. Brampton working left to right here in the third. Down the far side, Gibson though, as Clark Pedersen's big night continues. Six Nations with a game in hand over those teams as we play here this evening. 1 point separating the top four. Then Orangeville Mimico 2 points behind that, and the Excelsiors and the Barrie Lakeshores tied with 4, along with the St. Catharines Athletics. So every night things are going to change here. Pointstreak.com is your site for all Junior A lacrosse stats. Q will tip this one in front of the penalty box, gets there just as Majeros steps out. Jason Walker with it, going in, taking the shot, rebound bounces. No rebound for Kyle Hebert. After that 11th Brampton goal, Hebert took over from the starter, Jesse Legault. Number of teams in action tonight, so those standings I just read could change in a matter of about half hour or so. Hebert out of his crease to play this errant shot that finds its way all the way down the floor. As Chris Bouchy being worked over again by the defense on that most recent shift. Played down the far side. Here's Pedersen. Gibson collides with his man, setting the pick as Teat will push it into the corner. Going down low. Campbell, Parker, Jones all over him. Jones is going to follow him all the way outside, continuing to whack away. Parker back to the other side of the floor where Pedersen came right to the crease to get a shot on Hebert, and he did nicely to move to his left and follow that and make the save. But Brampton has the ball back. Parker for Pedersen, now Teat. Teat, a rising shot close to the right shoulder there of Hebert again. A couple fakes for Austin Hazen, pardon me, on the crease. And just tremendous ball movement. And it's now 13-7. Brampton going on one of those patented runs we talked about. Already have a 4-goal run to end the first period. Looking to start the third strong here. They've now scored the last 4, if you want to go back to the Jeff Teat goal at the end of the second period. Teat, Gibson, Pedersen. Really feeling it, those top 3 here tonight, looking for Whiteford. And just a bit of miscommunication there as he wasn't ready. Saunders sending it up floor. Patrick Kashalk. Q on the far side. Bouchy, the jumping attempt at the quick stick, and they can't get it to go. Here's Q all by himself in front, and Jensen making the save and then directing traffic afterwards. Hard hit into the glass there for Burton. He gets to center, where he's going to slow down. Jacob Sanders will head off as Pedersen goes here for Gibson. Shot there from Vince. As Saunders went off, he draws the attention of the trainer now. So he may get a shift off here as Callum Jones is going to bring it up over center. Jones remains on the floor. Big collision there with Majeros as Jones being worked over here. It's going to turn into a shoving match between him and Theo Dole. Ball arrives on scene where it's in the stick of Bouchy, chopped down as it rolled away. And pardon me, that's actually Patrick Shea as Bouchy comes off the bench right now. Jason Knox with it. Knox looking for Bouchy, who had his head turned. So that one finds the green again. Far side, Theo Dole jogging it up as he is going to give for Pedersen. Pedersen finding Teat. Out of the corner. Pedersen, Teat, another high shot off the glass. As it looks like him and Devin Maya having a bit of a stare down there on their way to the benches. The intensity starting to ramp up here in the third with each defensive set. There's more hacking and whacking. There's a big one that may have caught the helmet as the ball carrier worked it towards the crease. Now hitting the deck is Andrew Borgatti as he's taken down. Ball rolls straight to Lanchbury, and he's going to pick up his hat trick. So almost a full 10 minutes between goals for the Burlington Chiefs, who now trail 13-8. As Kyle Vince will shovel it out the back of the stick to Burton. And Mackenzie Burke will set up on the far side. Burke heading off. Here's Teat. A bouncer to Pedersen, who rips one off the backboards. Couple Brampton players stabbing their sticks at it, but it's going to be Teat handling it all the way down the floor, and he'll just send it down to get the change instead of the shot clock violation. Lanchbury up top. Last one on is Boyce Maya. Lanchbury dancing around. Maya tied up now here, looks like with Connor McClelland, as Boucher has it. Q into the middle, that change-up shot that he scored on before, as Boucher's going to pick it out of the corner off the reset. Boucher and Lanchbury. Lanchbury shot off the left arm of Jensen, goes to the far side, and a stick collision. Nobody wants the ball. It'll be picked up by Weideman. Weideman for Clark Pedersen now. Just over 6.5 gone here in the third period. It is a 5-goal lead for Brampton. Pedersen. Send it far side for Gibson. Lanchbury poking at him. Goes into the corner where Julian Gay spies his man. Here's Teat drawing the double team. And Gibson can't get it off the carpet, and Lanchbury will be there, but his shot goes high off the glass before McClellan can pick up. Sidearm all the way down the floor. Here is Pedersen. Kyle Vince racing in for it. Whiteford gets looked off as well. So does Hazen. And they'll find Jeff Teat. Whiteford wheeling to the top. Here is Hazen. Bouncer. Hazen plays it off the glass. Hebert was looking for it, and it eluded him, and he just can't recover, as Hazen's going to get a hat trick now. Brampton just getting the bounces here of late. Some good play as well. Austin Hazen, the most recent beneficiary. As the lead is back up to 6. Boudreau there on the loose ball off the faceoff, as Kyle Vince and Boyce Maya have a conversation on their way to the benches. Teat into the corner for Whiteford. Him and Teat playing catch. Here is Whiteford. Pushes it out to the half boards. Parker has Teat in front. Oh, the fake to the far side and cutting back. Hebert watched it go into the corner, and the shot from Teat was just wide. Back up the floor here for Cashawk. And Mitch Wales in on the crease. Big collision as Majeros fills in his man. Now there's another huge one over on the far boards as they fight for the loose ball as Knox gets filled in. Shot coming straight down the pipe. It's going to roll over towards the benches. Majero runs through the change box, takes a couple whacks on his way, but now everyone's going to go their separate ways as Pedersen works in with the ball. Teat. Down low, shot from Vince. Hits off the backboards. 10 on the shot clock. We've got a couple individual battles going on here on this set as Nathan Emery and Kyle Vince match up. Shot from Whiteford. Meanwhile, saved by Hebert. Working out of the corner is Vince for Teat, now Whiteford. Whiteford steps back. Teat collides with Callum Jones, who recovers and comes in to fill in Whiteford. Brampton bench saying from behind. But Callum Jones had one thing on his mind right there. Now Boyce, Maya, and Luke Van Scheppen involved on this set. Van Scheppen will now cover Lanchbury as the shot goes wide off the backboards, and it's in front of Van Scheppen where he picks up the loose ball, sends it down the floor. Looking there at Boyce Maya and his mark, who were shoving that entire defensive set for Brampton as we hit the halfway mark of the third period. 14-8 for the Brampton Excelsiors. Only 6 players have scored goals here for Brampton despite the 14 score. As Burlington gets it down to the crease and somehow sliding it through Jensen. I believe that was Bushi. Nine points on the evening for Clark Pedersen and Jeff Teat as our stats get updated here from the most recent Excelsiors goal. All of that on 14 goals. Here's Pedersen in the corner. Our next broadcast in Junior A is a tape-delayed broadcast from Monday night in Peterborough, the Lakers and the Mimico Mountaineers from the Peterborough Memorial Center. Our first look at those two teams. There is the Crombie Cup first leg available on the YouTube channel as well, the Beaches and Mimico. If you go check our archives for that one. Here is Ryan Lanchbury. As now Maya and Connor McClelland stare down each other. That shot skips up out of play after it hit Jensen. So Burlington will reset. Q up top for Lanchbury. Lanchbury looking to go cross thread there as McClelland had that tip off his stick. Q spying down Theo Dole. Q's going to chase Dole all the way to the outside in front of the penalty box now. Whiteford splitting the two defenders on his wrong side, takes the shot anyways. Off the glass behind Hebert. And now Vince will throw the check on Julian Gay down the far side. Couple big whacks there for Gay as everyone leaves Lanchbury alone. A nice recovery by Jason Walker. Spin the stick around after losing a step on Walker. That one forced up out of play though. Lanchbury from Bushi. Big pick and now gloves down. Travis Burton. And they're going to go. Burton and I believe Boyce Maya. Burton went the other night in Orangeville, and he's got the jersey on the head of Maya. A couple body shots now after the uppercut. This is all Gibson as Maya's in a rough spot, trying to brace himself against the boards. Now he's free. Can he get the arms going? Can Maya? And it's going to be a takedown. Hard takedown there between Maya and Burton. You got the sense that was coming as now they've got to go down the same tunnel together to get to their rooms. So we'll draw ball at center. Vince winning that. We are 5-on-5, nothing on the clock. You assume As now Boudreau staring down Callum Jones. Cutback move from Teat. Boudreau into the face of Jones again. Keep your eye on that corner. As Gibson works out of the corner, takes the shot. And that'll be his hat trick, the fourth Brampton player to score 3 in this game. And it's now a 4-goal lead, 14-10. Pardon me, 15-9, I believe, would be the score. Goal's gone up on the wrong side. It is 7.5 left to go. As this will be intercepted, Boudreau racing as Hebert's on the bench. The bounce shot scores. We think it's 16-10 on the most recent goal by Jake Boudreau. Oh, there's a beautiful save by Hebert. As another bounce right to a Brampton player. Hazen played it out of midair, and the quick shot bouncer in front of Hebert. As here's Teat. Teat working into the corner. Shot comes from Campbell Parker. Now Parker in front of the bench. Here's Devin Maya working on him. A couple big cross checks as now Jeff Teat comes in. Ball's on the far side though. Played in by Gibson. Here on the crease for Pedersen. That's going to hit off the backboards now. Parker and Maya staring down each other as Maya wants to go off for a change. Couple conversations underneath of us now as we're in the final 6 minutes. Hebert to the bench again. Lanchbury shot into the midsection of Jensen, and Hebert will make his way back this time. Down the far side, Adam Weideman. He'll leave for Pedersen, who takes a whack. Whiteford and Teat. Teat takes the shot. Hebert with the save. It's going to roll away initially from Wales, but he does chase it down, and Wales will go down the far side. Big rip there from Saunders, and Jensen comes away with the save. Dole on the rebound, and Theo Dole was trying to pass it up top, but it ends up in the stick of Saunders again. Hidden ball play here with Saunders. They'll give it to Q for real. Hebert staying in the net. Now he comes. Burlington trailing 6, last 5 minutes. Out of the corner, Jensen off to his right to take away the post. As Jensen will pass for Luke Van Scheppen. Shot there off the backboards. Here's Tyson Gibson. Gibson for Kyle Vince on the far side. Back for Gibson, who was hit just as he took that shot. Forced it well wide. Bouncer off the back glass as it's played back up and over center. Lanchbury has it, faking with Q. Now passes to Q. Q up top into the corner, Bushi. Chris Bushi whacked out of his hands by Jason Walker. And Jensen will pick up the pieces from behind his net. Weideman down the far side, to flip there for Clark Pedersen. Pedersen for Parker, now Teat. Turns it back for Pedersen. Boudreau and Jones sticks up. And we're going to have a pile up in the crease on the far side. As Adam Weideman believe it was Jake Boudreau who gave a return whack there to Callum Jones as they head off. Andrew Q, though, up top. Q looking for the cutter in Patrick Shea. That one tips into the corner. Wales falls, and it's going to be picked up, though, by Brampton. Here's Robinson. Down the far side, Robinson thought he was going to flip for Pedersen now. He will. As Parker gets it up top. Gibson off the bench. They've got Teat and Whiteford on this side. Pedersen, the swim move, breaks the double team and goes in and scores. Pedersen, his 5th of the night. Give him 10 points this evening. 17-10 here in the building with 2.5 left to play. As Jason Walker will pick up. And it looks like Brampton will force that tie. For what would be, at the end of the night, 5th place, actually, with Brampton just having 2 wins on the season. They would tie with Mimico as Parker takes his man down. Devin Maya jumps in, and now there's a big pileup in the corner. We're going to end up with another scrap. I believe this is AJ Skirving, and now David Maya is going to throw down with Campbell Parker. Campbell Parker, Devin Maya. Parker nearly undressed here. He's going to go down. Maya on top. And we are full on yard sale at the Memorial Arena. Bring your change, folks. Lots of good stuff to be had. So it looks like the dust has settled, at least for now, here at the Memorial Arena. There is 2 minutes on the board, and we thought it was settled, but 2 minutes on the board and nobody in the box for Brampton. Not sure what the call is there after the skirmishes. We did see 4 separate players head off to their respective benches, which haven't been updated on our stat sheet as of yet. But here is Bushi and Lanchbury. Over to the far side, Q. Lanchbury again in that most recent tilt has taken a lot of the energy out of the building as the coaching staffs and players chirped each other through the benches. Here's Weideman running, looked like through the crease with no call. As we hit the final 1.5 minutes left to go. All that came with exactly 2 minutes, so Brampton will be shorthanded for the remainder. And it'll be Lanchbury up top. He's got Q on the left side. Righty up top is Bushi off the shoulder of Jensen. Towing the line, and now out of the crease is Jason Walker. Q after him, as is Knox. Knox on the back of Jason Walker. If these two teams face each other again, it will be in the playoffs. This is their final regular season matchup, and oh boy, can you imagine a best-of-7 series between these two? Getting a pretty good hate on for each other to this point in the season. Gibson, long way away into the corner, 40 seconds left in regulation with the shot clock off. Brampton, no doubt, just trying to get out of here with the victory. They do lead by 7, and again, that would put them in a tie with Mimico. Mimico and Peterborough from the Peterborough Memorial Arena via tape delay. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/jvisportsnetwork, for a notification when that game will be loaded. 15 on the clock. That's going to be whacked down into the Burlington zone. Bushi being worked over right in front. Now Boudreau going after Q. And that's right at center. Looks like everybody else is going to hold up, and we're going to get a penalty here to Boudreau at the end of regulation time, but that should be it. We will stay rolling for handshakes because this could be good. Well, it looks like the officials have it under control. Follow us on Twitter at JVI Video for season-long coverage of the Ontario Lacrosse Association's Junior A Loop. And boy, this has been a fun one. Can't wait for the next one.